heaven, because for me, it gives me the chance to publicly honor the man who, above all else, is my best friend. Mmusi and I met at church when I was 15 years old, and Mmusi was a 19-year-old youth pastor. This year in August, we will celebrate 13 years of marriage. And what an amazing journey it has been. It was, in fact, while Mmusi was a pastor, speaking at an event for a few hundred young people searching for their purpose, that I watched Mmusi receive his own call to purpose. For me, that night was a picture of our lives moving forward. It was a night held in a church hall, a place of worship, where Mmusi was serving the young people of South Africa with his own ability, where he came to realize that serving the people of South Africa was what he was made to do. For Mmusi and I, our faith is the cornerstone of our commitment to our nation. It made so much sense to me that he would feel called to politics in a church. Scriptures teach us that Jesus was a true example of a servant leader. His purpose was to free those who were oppressed, to bring justice to the vulnerable and those living in poverty, and to bring acceptance to those who were outcasts of their own culture. As young people, we used to run a holiday club over the July break. It was held in a community that, as is typical in South Africa, was wedged between a very wealthy housing estate and a number of informal settlements. Mmusi had the vision to offer a week-long experience to children from all of those communities at the highest standard for no cost or a voluntary donation. We had food, clothes, sporting equipment, transportation, jumping castles, and climbing walls donated to entertain children from Monday to Friday and to take care of their real needs in the months beyond. But that young man, with such vision, wasn't satisfied with a few months' worth of provision for children in under-resourced communities. That young man saw the need for lasting changes to be made. We were married only a few short years when Mmusi ventured into business consulting. The corporate world was unfamiliar territory, but it was his hope that those on the forefront of building the economy could also be on the forefront of sustainable economic development. There were some companies who saw the value in widening economic access, but a great deal more that were not prepared to share the pie. Again, that young man grew discontented with the prospect of an economy which in the future would still not address the great wealth disparities created by our past. After that night in that church, Mmusi enrolled for his master's in public administration and development at Gibbs. He took a particular interest in the modules that centered around economics, and he began to put in the academic hard yards that would provide support for his passion to serve our nation. In that time, we started a family, and that young man became a father. And if anything reinforces vision for a nation, it is the reality of one's own children growing up in it. Seeing Mmusi as a father has been one of the great delights of my heart. As a dad, he is present, connected, loving, and he inspires our children to dream. In this world of politics, which does not sleep, I would encourage you to discipline yourselves to be present when you are with those who love you. They are your first constituents. Remember to serve them first, for they will be your strength for the significant work you each need to do to keep taking our nation forward. the vision our family sacrifices for, the vision we as a couple live to see a reality, is a vision that Mmusi Maimane has carried in his heart from even before I met him as a 19-year-old youth pastor. It is the vision of a South Africa that protects the faith of all of its people, provides a platform for the dreams of all of its children, with an economy that is accessible to all of its people, and underpinning all this, a government whose highest value is to serve its citizens. It is with confidence and absolute unwavering support that I can affirm we are led.
Yeah.